watching this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to make the channel bigger and better than ever. It would be simply lovely to do that. Hello guys, and welcome back to the Football and F1 show, a new episode. Today I'm going to talk about yesterday's games from all the top European leagues and preview today's Premier League games. And also we're going to talk about the qualifying of the Dutch Grand Prix from Formula 1 and preview the race. But let's start with the football, of course. Some transfer news, because obviously the transfer window is getting closer to end. Nicholas Jackson was going to go to Bayern Munich, but Chelsea said they won't let him go because the injury they suffered with Liam Delap. He's going to be out for 6-8 weeks according to Enzo Maresca. So they want to keep Nicholas Jackson for squad depth. Nkunku went to AC Milan, confirmed. Voltemede went to Newcastle, confirmed. Now let's move on to football games. Premier League. Chelsea beat Fulham 2-0 thanks to goals from João Pedro and Enzo Fernandez. Joshua King scored also Josh King scored the goal, but it was ruled out for a careless challenge, followed by João Pedro scoring past the 8 minutes of added time. And also the VAR controversy continued as João Pedro avoided the handball decision right before Ryan Sisson conceded a penalty for handball. I mean, you have to say, if people say that Fulham got robbed, I wouldn't say they're wrong, because the amount of decision, the amount of inconsistency we saw in this game was incredible. And when I hear people say that, oh, the referees favour the big clubs, etc., etc., and I'm like, well, that's not true, because sometimes decisions go against big clubs as well. Like, I remember Liverpool should have had against Bournemouth. Like, Bournemouth players should have had a red card for a handball. I remember some decisions going. I remember Tarkovsky should have been sent off for a reckless challenge over McAllister last season. I remember Luis Skelly getting an unfair red card against Wolves. So it's not always like that. However, in this game, you can clearly tell that he favoured Chelsea, because the referee was terrible. I'm not saying like he favoured he favoured Chelsea in terms of he wanted Chelsea to win, but you can tell that the guy was, the referee was not great. And I can understand Marco Silva's frustrations, because Fulham, I thought they played decently. They played okay, they played good. Just I don't think they were at their best, but they got the win. Even though they have had some good fortune going their way, good luck with some refereeing decisions. But yeah, like, you look at the goal that's allowed. I mean, people say, oh, Josh King stamped on Chalobah's feet. Like, but what was he supposed to go? Where was he supposed to go? So where was he supposed to go? So I don't really understand the decision. And yeah, it's a very strange decision from. And I don't know why even the referee, the VAR told the referee to go to the monitor. I think the referee should have been strong enough to say no change for decision. But it seems like the people in VAR, they force referees when they go to monitor to change their decisions. Why can't they change their decision? Because I've seen referees in foreign leagues, when they go to the monitor, they don't change their decisions. Whereas in the Premier League, they change their decisions, regardless if it's wrong or right. And I don't know why. But yeah, another VAR blunder, as usual. And Fulham have the right to feel hard done by. But Chelsea, they win again, despite not being that great and some decisions going in their favour. Man United, oh my God, they nearly drew against Burnley, but thanks to a last-minute winning penalty from Bruno Fernandes, gave Manchester United their first win of the season. Amram was going through all the motions, by the way. his reaction said it all went, especially when Martinez Cunha went down injured. Also, he was going through it before Bruno's game-winning penalty. He was like this, like he was like a fan, honestly. Especially in the press conference, he was saying sometimes I'm gonna hate my players, sometimes I'm gonna love my players, sometimes I want to quit, sometimes I want to be in the club for 20 years. He's like a fan, isn't he, Amarim? And I think United fans have the right to like him because not because of results, of course, but of course he's like a fan. You know, he has this he has these emotions. You know, like a football fan. So yeah, he's a character that is can be, you know, very interesting, and he's very honest. But let's also say that he should do better as a United manager. He should do better, like, because let's not forget, since he came into United, he's made them worse. Let's be honest, he's made them worse. He's made it worse. He's made them, and that's not, and he has to know that he has to change the system. It's not all the time. 3-4-3 doesn't work nowadays in the Premier League. Conte did it, but in the first time, but teams have to have figured that out later on, how to play against the system. 3-4-3 in the Premier League doesn't work anymore. So, especially when you don't have the players who can play that system, Amram has to realize that as well. So sometimes I would like to see Amram adapt and change different ways, not all the time going the same way. You know, so yeah. But United, they managed to get their first win of the season. Sunderland come from behind by beating Brentford 2-1. Bournemouth beat Tottenham 1-0, and I have to say Bournemouth deserved that win because I thought they were very, very, very good. Whereas Tottenham, they looked not that great. They looked average. I saw a stat, I think yesterday. It was Tottenham after the Tottenham Bournemouth game, that it was the ninth time that ninth consistent time that Tottenham have failed to win their next fixture after beating Manchester City. Like it seems like this is like a curse. Like they always beat City, but the next game they disappear. Like yes, I understand. Tottenham, when playing against City, it's also a big game, and you know, City is a very, very good team. But why can't do it? Why can't Tottenham do it every single game? Because they're inconsistent. Simple as that. Everton beat Wolves 3-2. Jack Grealish had another great performance. 2 assists. I mean, you can clearly see he looks reborn. He looks refreshed. He likes football again, as he said after the Brighton game last week. So yeah, another great performance from him. Leeds United drew 0-0 with Newcastle. Newcastle still looking for their first win of the season, but decent point for Leeds. Alejandro Garnacho signed for Chelsea, confirmed permanently. Oh my god! That's why Chelsea don't even need them. Like in the left side, yeah, they have maybe they have Pedro Neto and other players. Maybe in the left side they lack a bit of depth, Chelsea. But if you're gonna sign a quality player in that left side, don't sign Garnacho. He's not gonna make Chelsea better in that left side, is he? I don't think he's even better than Pedro Neto. I think Pedro Neto is a good player, but I think if Chelsea want to go to the next level, of course they have to bring an upgrade. But not Garnacho, is he? But yeah. Highland, here we go. Message confirmed that he's gonna join Napoli for Manchester United, especially that Napoli had Lukaku had a big injury, so Napoli were looking for a striker. And I'm not going to be surprised if Conte makes him great too, because he was not been great at Manchester United, Highland. But I'm not surprised if Conte makes him look great again, if I'm being very honest. And I think Highland played in Serie A before, so yeah, wish him all the best. Bayern Munich beat Augsburg 3-2. Goals from Gnabry, Luis Diaz, Michael Olise, and good win for Bayern. They survive and come out on top. Crazy game between Toulouse and PSG, but PSG wins 6-3 as João Neves scores a hat-trick and 2 goals from Ousmane Dembele. Atletico Madrid still winless. They still didn't win again. They're winless in their first 3 games. I mean, they're having a really difficult start to the season, Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid, though, another team from Madrid beat Mallorca 2-1, despite having 3 disallowed goals from Kylian Mbappe again, and Aragola. Aragola scoring the goals, and Vinicius. Vinicius, he looked very good this time. He scored a goal, very good goal. He was fantastic, and yeah, that's a good way to silence the critics. Yeah, Vinicius has stepped up in the last 2 games, particularly, especially when he was benched against Real Oviedo. So yeah, if he can keep this going, then we could see that the Vinicius that we saw in the past years, scoring in Champions League finals, being a huge contender to win the Ballon d'Or, etc. So yeah, and quality player, showing his flares, his quality, his skills, his freedom to score goals and to attack and make defenders make vulnerable. So yeah, Mbappe I thought he looked good despite having 2 disallowed goals. Aragul, I mean, and Aragul and Ancelotti, he didn't play a lot. And to be fair, that's because Ancelotti, he doesn't play a lot of youngsters. He's loyal to the experienced guys, the older ones, the guys that he knows, and that's where he plays them regularly. Whereas Argola, he's very young. Arda Güler is very young. He didn't play a lot on Ancelotti, but he's playing. He's having great game time under Xavi Alonso, and I have to say, in the games he's played, he's looked very, very, very good. He's a quality player. I have to say, he's a quality player. So I'm looking forward to see how he's going to do for the rest of the season for Real Madrid under Xavi Alonso, where especially he's been very, very good, and especially Alonso is giving him chances. So. Yeah, and I think in my opinion, Alonso is like more. He's not scared. He's not scared to give youngsters a chance. Whereas Ancelotti was like more focused on the experienced ones. So yeah, that's my opinion. Let's move on to today's Premier League games. Brighton versus Manchester City. Man City, obviously they hope to bounce back after the recent defeat against Tottenham, and not a good performance, I have to say. Brighton looking their first win of the season, even though they smashed Oxford United in the Carabao Cup. Man City, yeah, it's a difficult game. Brighton are a good side. They always, put a bit of a decent fight against the big sides. Man City are looking to sign Donnarumma, by the way, especially with Edison. Looks like he could go to Fenerbahce. My score prediction, I'm going for a 2-1 win for Manchester City. Nottingham Forest against West Ham, I'm going for a 2-0 win for Nottingham Forest. Liverpool against Arsenal, the big one. The champions against the pretenders. Obviously Liverpool had a good start to the season in the Premier League in terms of results, but in terms of performances and defensively, they've been conceded a lot of goals. And I think this is where Arsenal could exploit the weaknesses of Liverpool. By the way, Liverpool could sign. According to Jan Argon Fjordhoff, the journalist, they've agreed on personal terms with Isaac, and they're putting a bid in for Mogui. So let's see what happens. But Liverpool, they've had some good results, but those performances and defensively they've not been that great. Even the Community Shield, they're not that great as well. Whereas Arsenal, they didn't play well against United, but they won. They were fantastic against Leeds, and they won comfortably, even though it's Leeds. And let's see how Arteta is going to push this game. Can Arsenal players give the chances and the passes to Gyökeres to score? Can they do that? Because I'm pretty sure defensively Arsenal are very strong, and I think it's going to be difficult for Liverpool to score a lot of goals, because Arsenal defensively very, very strong. So I have no doubts about that Arsenal can cope with Liverpool's attack, but can Arsenal score goals? Can they provide the services to Gyökeres to score? Is Arteta going to be conservative, or is he in some ways he's going to go for it? So let's see. It's going to be a very fascinating game, I'm pretty sure. My score prediction, I'm going for a 1-1 draw. I think it's going to be another draw, in my opinion. Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace. I'm going for a 2-1. You know what? Yeah, 2-1 win for Aston Villa. Now let's move on to F1.